Hello and welcome to my garden. Today is a really exciting day. It's the first garlic harvest of the year. And for those of you who have been watching my channel, you know that I seriously overplanted garlic this year. So we have in excess of 600 bulbs to process. Fortunately, today we're just taking up ones in our tomato bed, only about 47, which is a manageable number to start with. But these were planted back in the fall. I'm quite sure late October, very close to Halloween. And the tomatoes obviously weren't in at that time, but we put the bulbs in. And then come the warmer weather this year, I planted tomatoes behind the garlic, knowing that at some point the garlic was going to come out. So here you will see using a fork is very helpful to get garlic out. You can't just pull it from the neck, because many times they will not like that, and you'll end up leaving a clove in the dirt. And I know it can be really tempting to do that, but the reason you don't want to affect the root end or the basal plate of the garlic is you would like them to last in storage for just a little while. Now these are hardneck garlics. That's the only kind I grow because I like the double garlic harvest you get with the garlic scapes. Just about 3 or 4 weeks ago. And these will not last as long as softneck garlics. And mainly what you buy in grocery stores and whatnot is softneck garlic, because it is able to last much longer. So today we're going to process these just to get them drying. And then we're going to process them for more long-term storage, because these will not make it maybe till Christmas, but I have lost plenty of hardneck garlic without doing extra preserving to it. So with 600 plus bulbs this year, trust me, we're going to be doing a lot of garlic preservation. Now, of course, you can use garlic immediately upon harvesting it, but our goal here is to have this last as long as we can. Now, while we're here in the tomato bed, there are a few, well, I'm going to say one really beautiful tomato. And this is the orange Accordion tomato. First year I'm growing it, but imagine that in a nice bright orange with those beautiful folds. Very excited to see how that matures. Now, before I plant my garlic cloves in the fall, I do a fertilization presoak. And I got this from a website called Keen Organics. They are a garlic farm full of a lot of information. That's keenorganics.com. I'll have that information in the description. But there is a process to making sure your cloves of garlic are first sterilized, so which means you can soak them in vodka, isopropyl alcohol. There's a few other things that they list. I use vodka because it tends to be the cheapest. You just buy the cheapest you can get. And you soak those for about 30 minutes in the vodka, and then you make up a fertilization mixture per 5 gallons of water with 1 tablespoon fish emulsion, preferably organic fish emulsion, 1 tablespoon of kelp meal, and 1 tablespoon of mycorrhizal fungi. And after you drain the cloves out of the vodka or whatever you're using to sterilize them, You put them in this solution for, I think, minimum like an hour, maximum overnight. So I generally soak mine overnight. The one thing you have to be aware of is when you soak them, the next day they need to go into the ground. So make sure that you have plenty of time to get whatever garlic you're soaking ready to be planted the next day. Now, moving on to processing, it's pretty simple. With hardneck garlic, you don't need to leave all of the green stalk left on. The difference is these are not braidable because of the hard neck. So we're cutting these at about 6 to 8 inches of the neck left, and we are going to be putting them into a drying rack and letting them dry for at least a week. When then we can go in, trim off some of the root end, and cut the necks down to more an appropriate size for storage. And I'm going to give you here in just a minute a look at this system that we came up with. This is strictly like a storage bin that you might have, and we've put 2 wire cooling racks over the top. And all you want to do is give these some room for airflow and let them just hang here for week, 2 weeks until they really feel dry, and then they can be cleaned up for storage in the future. And like I said previously, these will not store as long as softneck garlics will. And if you don't do something like freeze them or can them or preserve them in some other fashion, they will just continue to dry out, and you'll end up with just very tragic looking cloves of garlic that are not edible. So please tell me how your garlic is going this year. This is Audrey from Real Food Comes Dirty. Thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.